Hello everyone, I am Priyanshu Kumar, your maths mentor. Today we are going to start our new chapter, sequence and series. Okay, sequence and series is very important chapter in class 11th, and it is also important for our competitive level exams. Okay, such as JEE. Okay, and other exams also such as NDA, and we consider CUET. These types of national level exams, this chapter is very important. In this chapter, what we will see is we will cover the topics such as arithmetic progression. You have heard of this in your ninth in standard, okay? And we will proceed after AP. We will also see here geometric progression. GP means geometric progression. Okay, after GP we will see harmonic progression also, HP, that is in short form called. Then arithmetic geometric progression. Okay, in this progression we will see the combination of AP and GP. Okay, and then we will have some special series. So you must have known about the AP arithmetic progression, but we will also cover here the GP, HP, AGP special series. We will also look deep into the arithmetic progression. Okay, so in today's lecture, we will basically cover the AP topic. Okay, we will not cover everything, but most of the things we will see about the AP. So, first of all, sequence and series. By the name sequence and series, what do you understand with the term sequence and series? Okay, can you tell me what is the meaning of sequence? According to you, what is sequence? So let's first define sequence. Let's first define the sequence. So sequence, by the name, what do you understand? If I say sequence, what first comes in your mind? So sequence, with the name, with the word, you will understand that it is something, a kind of a pattern. Okay, sequence is nothing but a set of objects or numbers. Okay, okay, a set of objects or numbers which are written. Okay, a set of objects or numbers which are written in a specific pattern, or we can say governed by some rule, such as, for example, 1 1 2 2 3 3. You can easily tell what will be the next term. Okay, so it will be 4 4, and in this way 5 5. So we are able to tell the next term by looking the previous terms. So this is the quality of sequence, that by looking the previous terms you can tell about the next term. Okay, so you should write here that by we can predict next term, we can predict next term looking previous terms. So this is the quality, this is the meaning of pattern. Actually, pattern means you can easily tell about the next term. Okay, so this is one kind of a sequence. You can also tell that there I have written in the definition that it is a set of objects also. So if in a shelf you see there is arranged a ball, okay, there is ball, then next to it is a doll, and next to it is a car. Okay, this is a toy shop. Okay, so again in the similar pattern in the shelf these toys are there. So this is also a sequence. You can easily now tell here what should be there. This ball will be there. After that, there will be doll, and after that, there will be car. So this is also sequence. So when objects can also be there, or in the similar fashion, numbers can also be there. So these are the sequences where you can easily tell the next term and they will follow some specific pattern. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a sequence of a natural number. So natural number is also a sequence, or you can say some other examples such as I will tell you 2, 4, 6, 8. So can you tell me the next term? It will be obviously 10 because there is always a difference of 2 between the two terms. So this is a AP. You already know about this. This is a AP. So sequence can be infinite. Sequence can have the infinite terms or finite terms, such as this. When you write this type of dot dot thing, it means it is an infinite sequence. And if you have ended it, it is a finite sequence. Okay, so here AP. Another thing you can see there is 3 and then 6, and then for simplicity you can just write 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. This is also a kind of sequence, and actually this sequence is GP. We will learn further what is GP, but when there is a common ratio means 4 by 2, if you see there is equal to 2, 8 by 2, 8 by 4 you will see is equal to 2, 16 by 8 you will see is equal to 2. So there is a common ratio, and in GP we will see there is a common ratio between the previous term and the next term. So these things you will have by now understood that this is a sequence. So it will have to follow a specific pattern or some rule. So there can all so this is the sequence. Okay, what is series then? Series is nothing, as the name suggests. Series is just the sum of all the terms of the sequence, such as 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 you have written. So series is just sum of the terms of sequence. So such as 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus dot dot dot. This is actually infinite series. Okay. Similarly, you can have 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16. Okay. In this way also you can have the series. Just the sum of the terms. For natural numbers 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. There can be, if we have ended at 5, it is a finite series. Okay. So series is nothing but just the sum of the terms of the sequence. Okay. So but we read as arithmetic progression, AP. Now we will come to the AP. It is called arithmetic progression. So it is arithmetic progression. So what is difference between this sequence and progression? We can also say that it is arithmetic sequence, but more specifically, if we will see, we write as AP, arithmetic progression. So there is a little difference between progression and sequence. Okay, so progression progression has the terms which are governed by the mathematical formula, but sequence does not require a mathematical formula, such as you see for prime number can be a sequence, such as 2 3 5 7 11 13. We know that by seeing up to these terms, we can just say that the next term would be 17. Okay, 19, because this is a prime number. So prime number is a sequence, but it is not a progression, because its nth term cannot be written in a formula. Nth term means any term cannot be written in a formula way. How we write in a formula way, we will see now, such as for AP 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, we have formula. We know the formula of AP, that Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So Tn is an nth term. You already know about this. So nth term has a formula. Means with the n, we can, if we have the first term and common difference here, with the n we can have the formula. But for the prime number, we cannot have the formula. So this is not a progression, but progression is where we can have the formula, mathematical formula for the nth term. Also in this, we have 2 to power 2, such as 4, there was 4, and then there was 8, 16. So when we see, we can also generate formula for this one. There is 2 to power 1, we can say it is 2 to power 2, 2 to power 3, 2 power 4. So the second term is 2 power r. If we say tr, rth term, then 2 power r. So for first term, t1 2 power 1, for nth term tn 2 power n, for third term we have 2 power 3. So here mathematically we are able to write this, and this is a GP, geometric progression. So we write the name as progression. So there is a difference between progression and sequence. Little difference, that progression I will write. So progression is a sequence whose nth term has or can be written using mathematical formula. Okay, okay. So we can write the mathematical formula for the nth term, then using n. Okay, nth term using n. Nth term we can write using n. Okay, so there will be use of n for first term. There will be some n for second term. There will be some n for first term, such as here 2 power 1, for second term 2 power 2. So using the n, you can write the nth term, then it is a progression. Okay, example, prime number is a sequence. Prime number is not a progression. This is example also what we have seen. For example, earlier we have seen 1 1 2 2, where also we cannot easily we cannot write its mathematical formula. So this is not also a progression but a sequence. Here the arrangement of objects is also cannot be written in a mathematical formula. So this is also not a progression. Okay. So you would have understood the difference between the progression and a sequence. Okay. Now we will come to the arithmetic progression, AP. So we know how the terms of AP are written. And there will be a common difference, D, A plus D, A plus 2D. So you are 11th standard student, so I am not going deep into the initial things of AP. Okay, you would have earlier studied it very well. In this way, can you tell me the nth term? Actually, we have written earlier also. For the first term, there is A. For second term, we have A plus D. For third term, we have 2 plus ND. For nth term, we will have, there is 1 minus with D. Okay. If third term is there, there is 2D. If second term is there, there is 1D. So for nth term, there will be A plus N minus 1 into D. So this is the general term, or the we can say that nth term of AP. Okay. So now from here we can get nth term, nth term of an AP is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D, where A is equal to first term and D is equal to common difference. Okay. Now we will see the series of AP, means the sum of arithmetic progression. Can you remember the formula of AP? Sum of AP. Can you remember? So if you are not able to remember, let's derive. Okay. Let's just say the sum of n terms can be written as plus A plus D. We can write in this way. Plus A plus 2D plus dot 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 dot. If we come to the last term, there will be A plus N minus 1 into D. Okay. Then second last term will be A plus N minus 2 into D. Okay. In this manner, there will be nth term written. And we will just bring the plus sign so that we will have the sum of AP. If we just write the same thing in a reverse order, so that the first term will be replaced by the last term. Okay. We can write that because sum can be written in any either way. Any term can be written first and last in the sequence. We can alternatively change. So here we can write that A plus N minus 1 into D. We are doing this to derive the formula for n term, first n terms of AP. Okay. Sum of AP we will say better as sum of first n terms of an AP. Okay. So we will write below the first term A here as A plus N minus 1 into D. This is last term. And second last term as A plus N minus 2 into D. Okay. Third last term will be A plus N minus 3 into D. In this way, the second term will be, because there are two terms are just left, so A plus D is there and first term was A. So if we add in this manner correspondingly, if we add first term with the last term, second term with the second last term, third term with the third last term, so from in left hand side there will be 2SN, and here we will have, you will see that each term will become what? You will see here, each term will become a plus a. If we add each term correspondingly, a plus a, there will be 2a plus a n minus 1 into d. Here also we will have 2a plus, there is n minus 2 into d and there is plus 1d. So if you will take common as d, there will be n minus 2 plus 1. So that will bring n minus 1 into d. So 2a plus, so we will have n minus 1 into d. Third term will also have 2a plus, there is n minus 3 into d and there is 2d. So it will also bring n minus 1 into d. In the similar fashion, we will see the second last term, we will have 2a plus also n minus 1 into d. And the last term will also have 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So if we add, because each term is the same, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, and how many terms are there? Total there are n terms, okay? So there are also in this 2sn, we will also have the n terms, okay? So we can just write it as n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So if we want to get Sn, then we will have to divide right term with 2, then n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1. It is the sum of the first n terms of AP, because Sn is what? Sn is what? The sum of first n terms. First n terms means from the first term we will go to the n terms. So those all the terms from the first term to the n term, the sum will be n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. I hope now you will be able to remember, recall those formula. Okay, sum of first n terms is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so I hope you are able to recall all these things. Now I will give you one simple question and you will have to answer it. Okay, the question is, T4 fourth term is given as 20 and sum of first 4 term is given as 100. Then find T3. You have to find the third term. So how will you solve it? So for T4 of an AP, so T4 we know what is the formula. So A plus n minus 1. T4 means fourth term. So 4 minus 1 into d. What is the formula? First we will write that A plus n minus 1 into d. So first term we don't know. So A plus, but n we know it is n is equal to 4. So 3d we will have, n minus 1 means 4 minus 1 into d. So it is equal to, we have given 20. So first thing we know, A plus 3d is equal to 20. Now S4 is given. S4 formula we have 4 by 2. N by 2 we have formula. So n is 4, n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. N minus 1 we will have 3d. Okay. Now we know here the 3d we can 20 minus a. Using this, we will put the value of 3d from here. Okay. So 4 by 2 will get to 2a plus 3d we can write easily as 20 minus a. And S4 we know what is given, 100. Okay. So we will write here as 100. So we will get 50 now by cancelling with 2. So 50 is equal to 2a and minus a. We will have a plus 20. So 30 is equal to a. 20 will go, 50 minus 20. First term is equal to 30. Now we can easily get 3D we know is equal to 20 minus A, and A is equal to 30. So here we are using. So D is equal to minus 10 by 3. Okay, so we have the common difference, negative common difference we have. So the third term we have to get the third term. Yeah, third term. So formula will be A plus 3 minus 1 into D. So A is here 30 plus 2 into D is here minus 10 by 3. So we will have 30 minus 20 by 3 is equal to 90 minus 20 by 3 is equal to 70 by 3. So the third term is equal to 70 by 3. Okay. So for today we will have these questions only, and after this we will see in the next lecture the properties of AP, and from there we will combine all these things, the term, the sum of first terms and properties. By mixing we will have a good questions and good quality of questions, and then we will solve it. Okay, so for now I think you have understood these things, you have recalled the AP concepts. Okay, so we will meet you in the next lecture with the properties of AP. By then, take care. Bye bye.